Guys hear me?
Yes,
Okay. Hello, welcome to Magkaisa 2021. My name is Lina Ruiz. I am a sophomore at Montgomery High School. I am in Filipino 1A. And before we begin, I would like to remind all attendees to mute your microphones. I would like to introduce the adult education session presenters, Audrey Deirdre and Kenya Breton.
thank you, Lena. Um, so I see it's just the four of us right now, and that is completely okay. But maybe Janice, are you also a student or are you a community member? Maybe in the chat, you guys can put if you're a student, what school you're in and what grade. That would help a lot if in the chat you would go ahead and do that. So I can put it in here. Please tell me if you are a student, parent, or community member, or staff, I guess, too. So if, thank you, Mrs. Macabasco. Today, we're going to be sharing all about adult education. And some of you might not even know that our school district, Sweetwater Union High School District, actually has adult education. We have been here since 1933. Okay, we started at Mar Vista High School out in like little trailers teaching English, and so we started in 1933, and we are thriving today. And so, for anybody, we are here to serve the community. So we wanted to just give you a quick presentation about all that we have. And at certain points, I'll stop to see if you have any questions and you can put them in the chat. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Okay. So this is, again, my name is Audrey Deerdorf. Thank you, Lena, for the introduction. I'm from adult education. I've been here for 28 years, and I am the adult education resource teacher. I just want to apologize. I've been sick at home with a cold. So if I sneeze or cough, please forgive me. What's one great thing about this is you won't catch it because I'm at home and you guys are all online. So my co-presenter, hopefully she will be here soon, will be the program manager for DARC, the Disability and Access Resource Center. She's also the supervisor of our dear Mrs. Margaret Macabasco. Her name is Kenya Bratton. So let's talk about adult education. If you don't know, we actually have 4 adult schools. We have one, the campus of Chula Vista Adult. It's like right in the middle of Chula Vista, almost on the corner of 4th Avenue and Moss Street. We have another adult school on the campus of Montgomery Adult School. So if you're a student at Montgomery Adult School, you might have seen the little campus that is closer to that shopping center. That is Montgomery Adult School. We have one on the trolley line called National City Adult School. And another one on the trolley line, San Isidro Adult School. It is about a 10-minute walk, while the one in National City, you get off on Mile of Cars Way, it'll be on the right-hand side. San Isidro Adult School, you do have to walk a little bit. So our class hours, we have morning blocks and evening blocks. We have two-hour sessions, so 8 to 10, 10 to 12 in the morning, evening 4:30 to 6:30, and then 6:30 to 8:30 around that. Most of our classes are Monday through Thursday, so you do get Fridays off, which is really nice. So one of the things, if you are a student right now at a high school, you do have to be 18 years old. So you're looking at if college or university is really not the pathway for you, then you could come and learn a career with us. You could come and do many things with us. You just have to be 18 years old or older. So we're going to talk first. Oh, sorry, let me go back here. Okay, just have to go here, sorry. Okay. These are the programs that we have right now. So we're going to talk a little bit about each one. And then for any details, you can always go to our website under the programs tab, and it has all that information. But we're going to talk about our career training. I'm going to show you some pictures. We're going to talk about how our career training actually has language support. So if you speak another language and you feel like, I can't really get a career because I don't speak English very well, then you can take the IET course. We're going to talk a little bit about our English as a second language program, as well as our high school diploma program. The high school diploma program is for those that maybe didn't graduate and had some things happen in their life and now are coming back to get their high school diploma. Also high school equivalency. So I don't know if you know this, but you could actually test out of high school if high school is not your thing. So we offer the high school equivalency, which is like a GED. We also offer help with reading, writing, and math. That's called adult basic education. And then Ms. Bratton will be talking about our Disability and Access Resource Center. For short, we call it DARC. So you can see we like abbreviations. There's a lot of abbreviations here. So let's start with career training. So there's a lot of students that I just want to go to work. I don't really want to go to college, and that is okay. So we want to share with you some of our career training. Right now, until May 2022, all of our courses are free. And they're either 9-week training, so like our CNA, if you want to become a certified nurse's assistant, it only takes 9 weeks. You do have to take a prerequisite of 9 weeks, so a total of 18 weeks. Then we have some that are semesters, which is 18 weeks, or some that are a year because you have to go through several courses to get your certificate. So here's a snapshot of all the careers we offer. We offer administrative professional, and within that, keyboarding, medical assistant, both front office and back office, medical coding and billing, certified nurse's assistant, pastry chef, cafeteria assistant, drone operator, computer applications, and of course, security guard. So you can take a snapshot of the QR code and it will take you straight to the career trainings on our website, or I can put this in the chat so that, hold on, I'm not, let me go to the chat, sorry. And I can go ahead and put it in the chat for everybody, this link, if you want to look at more specific things. But I'm going to go through each one just a little bit. So maybe some of you are too young to understand, but this is what our administrative professional used to look like. We called them secretaries. They were in an office or a cubicle with a typewriter. If you've never seen a typewriter, they're really interesting. And they would take notes and dictations for their bosses. Nowadays, today's administrative professional, you have to communicate in so many different ways, whether it's a tablet, a phone, or computers. And notice how this lady has like 5 or 6 different monitors because you are doing so many different things and communicating with so many different people. So it is a little bit different nowadays. So in that, you learn everything Microsoft Office. You learn customer service. You would learn how to do digital filing and digital note taking and things like that, and learning typing skills and keyboarding skills. So this is administrative professional. You could come and work back in the district as an office assistant, as an administrative secretary. Then we have our sciences. So you can do, again, medical assistant, which is front office and back office, medical billing and coding, and certified nurses assistant. So for medical billing and coding, they work in basically the accounting department or the finance department where they're billing patients and basically coding the file. So it's actually learning kind of another language for coding. This is our classes. They do practical applications. So not only are you learning the theory of how to take blood pressure, but you're actually doing it on the other students. They prep and to take blood. They prep the, so you do work on each other, and we do have some dummies in there and some beds and things like that. This is both front office, where you're more of an office assistant and learning filing and scheduling, but you're also, this is the back office, taking temperature and giving shots and things like that. Another snapshot of a training we have is pastry chef and or cafeteria assistant. So many students who graduate with us, they'll open their own business. They'll decorate cakes for different events. So you learn how to bake a cake. You learn how to decorate a cake. They were doing, I think, a children's party. So you see the unicorn birthday cake that they're making. And then if you're looking to work in a cafeteria, it doesn't have to be a school cafeteria. It can be any cafeteria, whether it's in a hotel, like banquet services, or whether it's in a hospital. They have cafeterias there too. But with cafeteria assistant, you're also learning all the nutrition. So you could work in a hotel and banquet services and help preparing meals for the clients or the people who are in the hotel, the guests. One of our most popular is our drone operator, because nowadays with the drones, using them everywhere. The firefighters use them to go in before they send in firefighters to go look at everything that's going on. So do the police before a hostage situation or a criminal situation, to go look and see what's going on. Sweetwater Authority, which is where we get most of our water in Chula Vista, they use it to go into the pipes to look for cracks. So drones are being used everywhere, not just for entertainment, filming and photography, but in other areas as well. So in our class, you will actually learn how to pilot a drone. So you are getting a pilot's license, but it's a I forgot what it's called, like non-manned. So you're not sitting in the cockpit, right? You have the remote control, but you have to learn how to program it. So there is a lot of computers involved in programming your drones, as well as a lot of practice in flying through obstacles. And then practical application, going outside and flying them in airspace. So notice the guy, he is actually taking notes. He's documenting his flight hours, because once you finish this, you can take a test that will allow you to become the pilot of a drone. So you do have to have pilot hours. So he's logging all of his flight hours. And then of course, landing and taking off. Also, we do computer applications. So again, I know a lot of students in the high schools already know all of this because it's a part of your learning, but there's maybe some of your parents, grandparents, they don't know anything about computers, to come and learn about Microsoft Office and what is Microsoft Word, what is, Excel. And so you can see that they're all learning together, and they have a dedicated teacher teaching them how to use these programs. And you do get ready to become certified as a Microsoft Word or Microsoft Office certificate. And our last one is the security guard. So this could be preparing you to become a campus assistant at any school district, work as a security guard at any event, like any concerts, any football, baseball games, colleges. You can also work security at different apartments that have security, at night. So there is a lot of application. And this is a great way if you've ever wanted to go in law enforcement, police, You know, you want to do any type of law enforcement, marshals, sheriff. This is a good way to get your feet in to know if you really want to do it. And so some of our students got to go to the ESPYs and do security work there at the ESPY. So that was a fun event. So with our career training, again, I said there's language support. So if you feel like you don't speak the language very well, English very well, we can give you language support through our integrated education and training. So you would meet with a teacher of language as well as the teacher for the career, and we would basically work on your English and your career at the same time. Then we have our English as a second language program where you learn how to speak English. We have 3 different pathways. So if you want to come and learn English, again, this could be for any parent, any community member, any grandparent, any neighbor, any student that needs help with their English, they can always co-enroll if they're 18. They can go to high school at night and do this high school during the day and do this at night. So you can co-enroll as long as you are 18 years old. So we have an academic pathway. If you're trying to get your high school diploma, your GED, or go to college, we have learning English so that you can get a job, go into career training, get a better job. And then we also have English just for those who want to speak it for everyday life, being in the community, citizenship, volunteer opportunities, going to the bank, talking to the doctor, kind of things like that. Our citizenship classes are very popular. I'm always posting on social media those who become new citizens. It's always a great way to promote this program because our students come back and are so proud and like, I became a US citizen, and it's a great accomplishment. So if there's anybody that you know wants to become a US citizen, we do have free preparation classes for that. And then the biggest one right now is digital literacy. There are many adults out there that maybe didn't go to high school and maybe didn't finish their learning and stopped in middle school, and they don't really know the computer. This is the basics of the basics. You're going to learn computer skills. What's a mouse? What's a monitor? How do I turn it off and on? You're going to learn about email, internet safety, Google apps. Some of you might be thinking right now, oh, my mother doesn't know anything. My father really needs this class. This is what it was made for those who need help in learning the basics. So we have it at all four adult schools. And then if you need a high school diploma to get hired or promoted, we can also give you classes and you can get a high school diploma with us. As well as I said, you can test out of high school to get your GED or HiSET. Sometimes this is quicker because you're taking tests and it depends on you. You don't have to finish a class, you just have to pass a test. And then our last one is the learning how to read and write and learning mathematics. I know there are a lot of students that have a block. I know I have a block with math. I'm like, I can't do math. You know, it's like right there. So we help with that. And again, you can co-enroll. If you're in high school and you're 18, you can come to night school with us and learn these things. And they're basically the basics and starting to give you all the skills that you need to graduate. So with that, our last program we're going to talk about is our Disability and Access Resource Center called DARC. And I'm going to hand it over to my esteemed colleague, Ms. Kenya Bratton. Oh, you'll have to unmute.
Thank you, Audrey. That was an excellent presentation. As you all can see, adult education has so much to offer. And most importantly, we also offer specific services for the adult learners with disabilities. Now, these disabilities may range from learning disability like dyslexia or dyscalculia, or it might be anxiety or diabetes. We are able to provide many accommodations to assist you. Under the dark umbrella, we have two programs. The Disability Access Resource Center has two different courses, personal development courses, and the workability program. Under our services, the two personal development courses is academic development and pathways to careers. I'll talk a little bit about that more in a second. We teach self-advocacy. And what that means is if you're in a classroom and you know that you may have a need for the teacher to provide more visual strategies for you to learn better, how are you able to communicate that with confidence? We offer flexible scheduling. We have courses that are in the afternoon, and we even offer courses in the evening, which basically means if you wanted to have some assistance, like between 4 and 5, and our class is actually at 5:30, we do have a staff available to meet with you between 4 and 5 to assist with some of those strategies that you will be learning in any of your courses. Our academic development class teaches test and study strategies. Many of our CTE pathways in adult ed requires you to take a test at the end for certification. And if you require some accommodations such as extended time or someone read it to you or even magnification on the screen, we're able to assist with that. We also teach a digital literacy class, but that's only for like 4 weeks. Both of our classes are taught in a 4-week module, where each module is 4 weeks and you learn new skills and strategies. What's most exciting is a strengths-based learning inventory. Many of us are thinking, how do I learn best? Or how can I find out how I learn the best? So within that course, we do, all students complete the learning inventory to learn the best way, to learn your best strategies. Are you an auditory learner where you hear information? Are you a visual learner where you can see information that helps you? Or are you a kinesthetic learner where you have to interact manually with your hands with the learning? And we also provide one-on-one meetings. That course has a teacher and an instructional assistant. Now, I want you to know, if you are familiar with special education in high school, the instructional assistant in our courses, they work with you as a partner rather than someone that's telling you what to do or what not to do. And then our Pathways to Careers class focuses on job and employment readiness. In that course, we have an employment specialist and an IA that teaches that class. You will learn resumes, interviews, you will create a digital portfolio, a master application. You'll also learn about workplace accommodations and strategies. And, excuse me, and it's also a very positive class that even if you are 18 or 80, sometimes we have to brush up on our skills to be more marketable when we're looking for jobs. So this course teaches you current trends, current strategies, and workplace readiness. And last is our Workability 2 program. Now, for our Workability 2 program, you must have some type of documented disability. But if you don't, and you think that you have a disability or learning has been difficult, you've been frustrated with learning, you know something's there, but you just cannot quite define it, we can help you out with that as well in terms of our assessments. But the Workability 2 program is a partnership with the Department of Rehabilitation. And what we do is that we specifically help you become employable ready. Or if you're already in a career, then, and you want to move up in your career, then we help you with getting better with promotions. For example, we had a young lady who came to us for dark services, and she's in the culinary pathway, which is a CTE course. She knew that it was kind of difficult for her to like really understand a lot of the reading and the writing. So she enrolled in our academic development class. And through that academic development class, she learned that we also help students receive a job. We train them for a job, help them get the job, help them keep the job. And so she signed up, she had a disability, couldn't find any report for many years. So we completed some testing. And so now she's in our Workability 2 program. Now, this student also was working at Bunt Cakes, Nothing But Cakes, and decided that she wanted to move up inside that particular industry. And so she went from customer service to a froster to training other employees how to frost cakes. So that's kind of how our process works. And we want you to tell your neighbor, a friend, a cousin. You could come together in pairs, but we are able to provide support for you. There are some differences if you are familiar with the language IEP, Individualized Education Plan. So if you do transition, not just to adult education, but community college or a university, then your services are under the Americans with Disabilities Act and Section 504. And that would transition any type of post-secondary education. So some of the commonalities we have is that just like in an IEP, if you had one, we would still provide disability support, but it's not called special education. It's termed adult learners with disabilities. Both IEP and Americans with Disabilities Act does teach student advocacy, so we continue to do that. And we're compliant where we do not disclose your disability at all, which is a little bit different from an IEP. So as an adult learner, we help you become confident and comfortable with explaining your disability if you wanted to. You have a right to share your disability or not. Although the dark center will know that you have shared that you have a disability, we will not disclose that to any of your instructors unless we have permission. One thing that's the same is that K through 12, as well as post-secondary, must provide appropriate supports and accommodations. And we use the word reasonable. So if you're saying, you know what, I kind of need the lectures beforehand on PowerPoint, we consider that reasonable. So we will work with you and your instructor to make sure that that accommodation is available to you. And then these accommodations are identified by your disability. So if you have a learning disability or social anxiety, we provide accommodations based on the disability, and that is a discussion that we have with you. And you are now you're the person who's in control of how you receive your education, how you receive the disabilities, how you receive your education, how you receive your accommodations, and how that's structured for you as an adult, no matter if you're 18 or 80, what is most comfortable for you. These are two of our flyers. We will put the links inside the chat. These flyers, we ask that you can share with friends or family. You can also take a picture of the QR code. You are able to share it on Facebook or any other organizations that you may be a part of. We are also available by phone, email, or text if someone just wants to talk to someone in our Disability Access Resource Center. We love it when we have families that come together, brother and sister, mom and grandmother. We just have so much to offer in adult education. Within the Work of Pathways to Career class, our goal is to help you find competitive employment. And of course, that's vocational counseling. So maybe you're not sure, or you have a friend that's not sure about the career that they want to explore. We will provide a vocational inventory and career exploration assessment. Sometimes someone may say, I want to be a robotics engineer, but maybe it might be a little bit difficult to become that engineer, but you want to work in the robotics industry. So with vocational inventory, it will give you other jobs that are similar to the one job that you may be trying to attain. We don't discourage you to not become a robotics engineer, but there are so many different jobs in that industry that perhaps you or a friend may not have explored. We also help with job opportunities because our career coach has industry connections. They're able to stay current with what job openings are happening within the community. And when I mean community, I mean all of San Diego, not just your local community. Also in that course, the Career Pathways course, we help with how to read a job announcement, how to apply for that job based on the job announcement, and also how to make sure that you use the right words when you're applying so that when employers are looking at your application, that your application will be selected. And then we practice interviewing, role modeling, role play with interviewing. How do you interview on Zoom? How do you interview in person? How to dress properly? And even though these are some characteristics that you may already be familiar with, it's a matter of knowing how to show up because we want you to be employed. Right. Some of the tools that we use are workplace communication, greeting people in the morning, using yes and not yeah, or, and just even as an adult, some adults haven't been working for quite some time, so it becomes uncomfortable to re-enter the workplace. So we have coaching on how to help you re-enter the workplace to be as comfortable as possible with the least amount of stress. And then once you have that job, we also look at how do we help you maintain that job? We do have some students that sometimes get discouraged if they have a difference with the boss. And so we're humans. So you may have a difference, but we want to help you work through that difference to be successful in the workplace. And that adds to how to communicate effectively, as well as how to be a really good employee. And we use a job accommodation network to explore different accommodations to help you get connected with the workplace. That is a federal database that has over thousands of accommodations, but we'll walk you through it.
Sorry, can you not see the screen for more information for dark? Hopefully you guys can see the screen. We have a dark interest form, and I'm gonna click on it so you can see what it looks like. And I will put the link in the chat. But if you would like information about dark services, you can fill out, I just put it in the chat, the interest form, and that will go straight to our dark counselor and she can help you get set up. Also, you can follow Dark on Instagram and Twitter at dark_adult ed, and you can scan the QR code here as well. Lastly, you know, as a division or a department, adult education department, we're very proud of what we do and how we help the community. So if you have any other questions, now is the time to ask. But also you can always go to our website, and let me put that in the chat as well. And then, so any questions? Okay, no questions. You can put it in the chat or you can just unmute and ask. Please follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at SUHSD Adult Ed. Go to the website, look at all of our programs. Remember, we're here not just for adults, but anybody who's 18 or older that needs help. Or that needs services, that wants to start a new career, any person. And if we don't have it, we will direct you to the other institutions that we are partners with, education partners that we can send you to. So thank you so much. Thank you, Ms. Bratton, for presenting with me, and give it over to Lena.
Thank you, Miss Deirdre. I'm sorry.
Deardorff, it's okay. No problem. My family can't say it either.
Bratton. for taking the time out of your guys' busy schedule to talk to high school students and attendees. Thank you for coming to the session. Please refer to the program at tinyurl.com/Magkaisa 2021. Thank you.
Thanks, Lena. Okay, so let me put that on there. It didn't come through as a hyperlink. And then thank you again, Ms. Theodorus and Ms. Bratton for presenting to the students today. So right now it is our passing period. You guys have 10 minutes to take a break, go grab a snack. And when you return on this link, we will have the Adult Education Culinary Program presenting.
So the same link. Okay, awesome.
Yeah. So it's just gonna stay here.
Okay.
Miss Martinez, are you in there? Are you in the room?
Yes, good morning.
Okay, perfect. So I've made you a co-host. I don't know why that link isn't going through as a link. Let me just do this. I'll just do this. I won't be
Where were
fancy.
you, Audrey?
I've seen better days.
Oh.
I'm just glad I'm not at work. And I didn't cough very much throughout the whole thing, so I'm very happy.
Sorry, Audrey.
But I'm gonna